Hello, Virgo. How are you? My name's Colleen. I am the Creative Gypsy. My website is thecreativegypsytarot.com. Oh, no. thecreativegypsy.net, not .com. Don't go there. It's really weird. .net. I would love to have the .com, but I don't, so do not go there. Go to thecreativegypsy.net. Okay, so I'm very excited to be doing a reading for Virgo. I have a lot of Virgo people in my life. My husband's a Virgo. One of my best friends is a Virgo. My grandfather is a Virgo. My brother-in-law is a Virgo. Just Virgos everywhere. Virgos everywhere. So it's very interesting to see when something is really strongly affecting Virgo, but I can see it occurring with pretty much everyone around me. So I'm very excited to see how this reading turns out for you guys. When I was starting to do this reading, the thought came into my head of where are you putting your energy? That came up pretty strongly for me to tell you guys. Yeah, so that's something to consider. So as I'm shuffling, I just wanted to tell you that, this is the Wildwood Tarot deck that I'm doing. Is for more detailed information. And then I also have Nature's Whispers Oracle card deck. I'm going to take 2 from that deck for the overall theme and the challenge. Kind of like a summary of everything that we talk about in detail with the tarot. Or you can also think of it as like an exclamation point on, oh, that's a lot, I'm not going to count that. An exclamation point at the end of a sentence that is the tarot, basically. Where are you giving away your energy? I do feel like this is a strong self-improvement month for you guys. Whoa. Again, this is like a ton. You know what? I'm just gonna use them. Okay. So I'm taking 3 cards out for each week of the month, so it's 12 cards in total. We've got 2 more to go. Virgo's a very goofy. They're a very goofy bunch. I love their silly energy. Sometimes it's not received in the right way. With me, I'm an air sign. Virgo's earth, so it's kind of like, like how do we meet here so that we can each understand each other? And we're both ruled by Mercury, which is all like mental energy, very much in our heads. So like when Mercury retrograde comes around, it's very interesting. I feel like the very first portion of it, it's a little rough, and then all of a sudden, like, we're like, our communication is like on point, which is strange because usually Mercury retrograde, it's the other way around. But I guess because we're both ruled by Mercury, it affects us a little bit differently. Anyway, that was just a little tangent while I was shuffling. Okay, so, oh, that's funny. So first week, very emotional week for you guys. Clearance. 7 of bows, 7 of wands. I feel like you've got all of your ducks in a row except for this one thing over here, which is like on fire in the background. Or it feels like it's on fire. Or maybe there's some aspect, like you've done a lot of self-improvement, like you've worked through a lot of stuff so far, and yet there's just one more thing that you have to clear away. So I feel like that's the issue going on right now. Clearing away whatever obstacle is in the way, or what you're perceiving as an obstacle. It could be an emotional obstacle, it could be a physical obstacle, anything like that. And then I have these two water-based cards, which tells me it's a very emotional week for you guys. Emotional overwhelm for both of them. I mean, I see this, when I see this, your energy, when it's upright, your energy is balanced and it's flowing well. And same thing with this one. Like, you know, the water is mostly calm here, same here. Everyone's chilling, everyone's loving life. And it's just moving efficiently and effectively, you know, through all these little cups. Everything's working together. You know, everything's chill here. But these are both in reverse, which is, it's got the same kind of message for me. So I feel like it's like pretty intense in the first week. Where I feel like there's this overwhelm. So like these little guys are pouring into this giant ass cup thing, and then it's, you know, gently pouring down into these other ones, and then it's working its way through here. Emotionally, it's like balanced. But now we're trying to fit all this stuff into this big thing, and like this big ass thing isn't really going to be able to hold it as it dumps into all these little cups. Same thing here. It's like, this, I feel you're holding everything in, and then there's like a small leak. Everything's trying to force through, like the small little opening here. So I feel like there's definitely some sort of emotional pressure, an emotional based pressure trying to force its way through. That maybe you're holding it back a little, or it's just a really overwhelming feeling. And I feel like there needs to be some sort of like clearing away of something, or an energy clearing of some sort. Oh my god, I started doing the reading and I didn't even get to the oracle. Okay, so we'll do that at the end. That's okay. That'll be the exclamation point. With all the other ones, I was doing it first, but that's okay. So yes, that's the vibe that I was feeling, was like, where are you putting your energy? So let's get into the second week here. I just want to quick check my book. I used to do tarot all the time. And then I put it down because of shit that was going on in my life for a long while. And I'm picking it back up again. I'm just saying, you know what, screw it. This is what I love, so I'm just going to do it. But, you know, I'm still re-teaching myself some stuff. So every once in a while I have to refer to my book. So I feel like resisting change is occurring. And then I just want to look at this one. King of Stones. Both in reverse, okay. So you're trying to control the... So the wheel is all about, like, this is like almost like the halfway point on your journey. Like you've reached like a small completion phase of some aspect of your life. Where now it's like it's time to weave your own destiny from here. Like, how do you want to see your life go from here on out? This is in reverse, so it's like you're resisting this change that's occurring, and this wolf here is trying to be dominating, like control. You're trying to control. So there's this change that's occurring in your life, and you're trying to control, like trying to keep things the way that they are. And so there's like this resistance here that's occurring, and it's causing a struggle. You know, the salmon is trying to go upstream. It's, you know, salmon goes upstream, you know, it's through its life cycle, and like just keeps struggling upstream until it like starts decaying while it's still alive. It's like slowly dying, you know, towards the end. It just keeps swimming until it's dead, basically. But it's like a struggle, like this uphill battle thing. So the reason you feel like it's such a struggle is because you're resisting the change that's occurring, and you need to embrace it and use the energy instead of having this restrictiveness about it in the second week, needing to run with it. So I feel like yes, there's this feeling of like impatience. Yeah, it says too focused on material cost over value, authoritative, controlling, greed, domineering, things like that. So I feel like there is a potential for success and abundance in this second week if you allow it. So it's there for you if you do not resist it, because that's the energy right now, is like this emotional overwhelm that you've been going through in this first week may cause you to feel like you want to control some other aspect of your life, because you're Virgo is so used to having things calm and collected and under control with, you know, their lives. So once something goes out of balance, like you feel a little bit emotionally like out of control here. So I need to like really, you know, hold tight onto everything else, even though things are changing. That's why you feel this like, you know, imbalance going on right now. Like, what's happening? Something happened and I don't know what the hell's going on, and I feel, you know, emotionally overwhelmed, and I just need to like hold on to something and not let it go because I don't know what else to do. I'm used to having to struggle to get to where I want. But it's saying like you don't have to. You don't have to. And if you just like, you know, let go and just allow yourself to float downstream, you'll get to where you want to go in a more easier fashion, I guess you could say. So that's where we are with the first 2 weeks. Let's go to the next 2 weeks. So it's like the same thing again. you're going to want to, I mean, again, it's like there's potential. There's financial potential here. So maybe like whatever's going on here is in regards to money. It's a little hot in here, sorry. So like there is a potential for something great financially. It's in reverse right now because, and then we also have the world card, the world tree card in reverse. This is the last card in the major arcana, in the major journey of you know, the person receiving the reading. So it's like you've come to this completion phase, but it's in reverse. So I feel like the reason that it's like the same thing that I just said. Like there's a potential for a phase of your life to come to a closure. Like there's this potential of releasing and clearing away this energy that you've been going through for a long while. But you're ignoring it. Like this girl is just like dancing around her issues pretty much. This is 5 of Cups. And in this deck, it's the 5 of Vessels, and it says ecstasy, and it's like you're just you're dancing around your emotional issues, not really addressing like the root of like what it is that you're experiencing. Like, yes, like I can see that this physical thing is an issue, and I want to fix it, but like if you take that like that physical item away and look at the emotional aspect of it all, like why is this affecting me so strongly? What is it about this that makes me feel out of control? You know, really getting down to those emotional, like real deep issues here, which is, you know, we're in the sign of Scorpio, which is all about like diving deep into. Sorry about that. The video stopped, so. Okay, so getting back to your reading here. There's a potential for some serious closure in regards to some emotional issue that you've been dealing with for a long time. It could potentially go all the way back to childhood, because we are in the sign of Scorpio, and it's all about like dealing with emotional issues that we don't want to deal with, but like going even further in and dealing with those like really deep-rooted issues that go way back, that kind of define who you are at this time, like really affect you on a day-to-day basis throughout your life, and like really getting to the root of the issue and figuring out like, why am I this way? You know, why, you know, emotionally, why is this such an issue for me? Whatever it is. So like there's a potential to clear away this deep-seated issue here. But you're refusing because there's something is changing in your life and it's triggering this, and you're resisting the change, and it's causing a lot of struggle, or you feel like it's going to be a struggle because you're used to struggling in your life. You're used to having that struggle, or like to succeed in your life, you're used to having this like uphill battle to get there. And again, like you're just dancing around these issues in your life, emotional issues going on in your life, potential for closure going on. There's a lost opportunity, so don't lose this opportunity. This is a wonderful point in your life where you can address, clear, and release this long-rooted issue that you've had in your life. There is a potential to want to ignore it and to refuse to deal with the situation, but you know, the door is open right now, and we don't want to miss this. because just think of what is on the other side of this issue. Like, once you deal with this, like, what is the potential that is waiting for you on the other side of this emotional distraction in your life? Towards the end of the month, you're going to want to, there's a review, there's sort of a self-review going on here. Maybe you're going to start to finally look at what's going on, looking at things from at a higher perspective in regards to what's going on, but maybe still not really getting down to the nitty-gritty issue. But also being able to get yourself to a higher perspective will get you out of this emotional cloud that you're in. So flying above it and like looking at it from a bird's eye view, obviously. I mean, like, looking at this issue from a bird's eye view and seeing more clearly, like, so maybe you will be actually addressing it towards the end of the month. So, like, really seeing it for what it is and seeing why it's there, and like maybe being able to really look, you know, through your life timeline and seeing how this, you know, these emotions in your life have like affected your decisions as you've gotten older and older. So until you really take a review of your life here, hold on, I just want to like look at this in reverse. So we're at the shaman, which is the magician. So this is, well, this isn't the first one, but it's the second, you know, think of this whole, all the major arcana as kind of like Dorothy going through her little journey to get back home, to get, you know, to the end of this little adventure that she's on. So like this is the second person she runs into, or the first person that she runs into on her journey. I mean, the very first card is the Wanderer, the Fool. That's like Dorothy. She's going off onto this yellow brick road, and then this is the first thing that she runs into, which is the Magician. The Magician is all about like being able to manifest whatever you want in your life, like having this very high vibrational ability to bring the resources that you need to achieve your goals in your life, which is great. But it's in reverse, and I feel like it's because of this. Like, you can't complete this journey. You can't start to manifest, you know, awesome things in your life again until this is addressed. So like, you have not completed your last mission yet, so you aren't able to manifest for your new mission, your new goal. So you really have to, you gotta deal with this shit. I've said this to so many people, to so many like of these readings, like, it's time to deal with your shit. Like, finally, like, you really have to deal with it. Work through those emotions, work through those blocks. Nothing is going to start flowing again until you do. Love is on the other side of this, you know. I feel like some of this, like whatever this issue is that you have to deal with, will bring you closer to a significant other, or will balance out the masculine and the feminine aspects of yourself. You'll feel more balanced, or more connected to your higher self once this is dealt with, if you're not with somebody. Or once this emotional shit is dealt with, you may be able to be in a place to meet somebody new. There's a potential for some new love coming into your life if you deal with this emotional shit. Because, like, if you're, I mean, like, who wants to meet somebody that's, you know, going through all kinds of emotional baggage? You know what I mean? Like, nobody wants to start in a relationship with that. You know what I mean? Like, the time of having to deal with fixer-uppers is over. Like, everyone has to fix themselves right now, is what's going on. So you need to fix yourself right now so that you'll be ready for this new love coming into your life. Which you have the potential to manifest this love. But until you deal with this emotional shit that you're ignoring, that you could potentially ignore, you know, this is waiting. This is waiting for you on the other side of this. So just remember that, like, love, like a wonderful, like, I'm saying like a lot. Love is on the other side of this. Great potential is on the other side of this. So just keep that in mind. I'm just gonna pull your oracle cards now. It's starting to get dark out. I had some good lighting earlier, but the sun's going down. So, oh well. What are you gonna do? So there's a real potential for love this month, towards the end of this month, if you work through your shit, your emotional stuff. So how do you work through it? Stop resisting the change that's occurring in your life. Accepting that nothing is permanent. The only consistent thing in life is change. That's it. Accepting that, that as like the true way of life will help you to, you know, breathe, release, you know, let go of the past, and, you know, get yourself ready for some wonderful opportunities for love in the future if you really work through it. Your theme for the month: new experiences and possibilities. So, like, this is what I was saying earlier, like, just think of the possibilities and the wonderful experiences that are waiting for you on the other side of this emotional cloud of crap that's followed you for most of your life, that you've ignored for most of your life, that you haven't dealt with for most of your life, because you need to have everything under control. Like, maybe you've addressed some of your issues here, but there's one thing left that needs to be burned away, cleared away, and it's tied to some emotional issue. Contemplation, which is your challenge for this month, which makes total sense as a Virgo. You guys are really great at overanalyzing everything and really staying in your head. So this is your challenge for the month. Like, get out of your head and put some shit into action about how to address this this stuff? How can you flow with the changes of life instead of thinking about it and resisting it and like trying to think your way out of it? It's not going to work. You can't think your way out of this. You have to feel your way out of this. You have to feel your way out of this. Because there is some great potential for creating the life that you desire. The issues you're experiencing right now, the changes right now, are stirring up something in you so that you will propel forward, so that you will release it and then propel forward towards what you most desire in life. So there's, wonderful experiences and possibilities coming your way if you stop overanalyzing it all. Find your strength through your action, through your feelings, rather than through your thoughts and through your head. Work, move forward through your heart, not your head, pretty much. And that will bring you to love. Okay. That's your reading. I think that's beautiful. I can't wait to show my husband. Okay, so there you go, Virgo. That is your reading for the month of November 2017. If you would like a private reading with me, please go to my website, thecreativegypsy.net, not .com.net. And you can also follow me on Instagram /thecreativegypsy. Please leave me some comments on how, this whole thing pans out for you towards the end of the month. Definitely check back at the end of the month and see if it resonated with you. If this doesn't resonate with you, you may want to check out your moon sign and your ascendant signs as well for some more guidance, because sometimes those aspects of our chart, of our astrological chart, affects us more than our sun sign. So just keep that in mind, and I look forward to reading you again in December. Okay? There you go, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great November.